It's, I realised recently at a weekend workshop how important it is for me. I was finding it very, very hard to connect with people at the time, and just come in and see friendly faces that just reached out to you no matter how you were feeling or how you looked was wonderful, and they just accepted you, and that was it. So I find that, you know, you might know anybody going to a workshop, but if you just turn up, there's always somebody there. You'll recognise a step or a dance. Or I find the group is a key element to it as well. It is really important to have the support, but yet the non-judgment of the group is really important. At the very beginning, you might come in and be slightly self-conscious, and that disappears in an instant, because of the humour, because of the support from each other, but yet a great sense of privacy. And you can just, no matter what mood and what condition you're in, when you come in, you don't have to change any of that.
So I did Connemara ongoing group over 2.5 years, and I absolutely loved it. It was such a treat. It was like my gift every 6 months of having 5 days just to go away, just for me, and to dance, which is something I adore doing anyway. And it also provided a really, really, really beautiful sense of community and support, in that we would meet the same group every 6 months, and again there was that sense of just allowing each other to be as we are, to arrive as we are, and yet a constant kind of background sense of support. So I found it a really transformational experience, because obviously life happens, you know, there's like life and all its events and stresses and chaos and loss and successes that happen over 2.5 years. And yet there's this practice that I could go back to really ground myself. And I always found it so beneficial just to kind of really come back to my body, and to come back to kind of here and now, and almost take stock. So it was like a refueling time to have those 5 days away in Connemara, and really kind of a renewing time, where I would always leave feeling that I'd become unstuck. All the different places where I felt stuck in my head or in my body, I'd feel like, you know, things had just, you know, there was a flow again, or there was a sense of remembering. Yeah, of course, everything is okay.
I have done some of the 5 rhythm ongoings. I've done the one in Connemara and the one in Dublin, and for me that was a very different dance experience. It was lovely to arrive with the same group each time. Each group would meet over a year or 2 years, and that sense of being held in the same space, the safety, and knowing even that when you went away from the group, you were still held in that space. There was that sense, there was that energy of connection, and each person was kind of, you know, willing each other on, and their kind of, their life, their struggles, their joy, their happiness. So there was that kind of sense that everybody was on your side in that group, and that was, to me, actually doing the group gave me a real sense of connection, because I would feel quite distant, and maybe, you know, that I don't fit into certain things. And it was probably in the Connemara group where I actually realised I belong here. I know that whenever we did the Connemara ongoing, we were doing a weekend or 5 days of lyrical. It was just about a month or so after my mum had died, and I was quite conscious, oh gosh, nobody's going to want to dance with me. You know, I felt like it was the Grim Reaper coming in, because I, you know, was bringing so much sadness. But those 5 days and that ongoing were probably the most joyful days that I've actually ever had. And I realised that through 5 rhythms and through the dance, that the joy allows space for the sorrow, and the two of them went hand in hand. And I have never felt so much gratitude for 5 days dance. I've never felt so much, you know, so connected to people and those 5 days, and I've never laughed as much either.
I think when I started dancing, there was a crowd of all different ages, all different backgrounds, and there was a common thread, and maybe it's an Irish thing, but the joy in that room was palpable. You know, you'd look at someone and you just do something funny across the way, and it would just, the connection, the joy was just lovely.
You know, on the dance floor and amongst all the other dancers, there's a real sense of just come as you are. You know, it doesn't have to be a great dance, it doesn't have to be a happy dance. There's a sense of acceptance for however I show up on the dance floor and in the workshops. And in that sense, I feel that really transfers into my own life in, I suppose, helping me to have a greater kind of acceptance and openness to myself.